friends, Mrs. Cates here. Today, I'm going to introduce you to one of my very favorite kinds of math puzzles. It's a puzzle with a 100s chart. Now, I know you're a little older and you've done a lot of hundreds charts before, so I wanted to give you a super challenge to work on today. So over here, you can see that you can change your numbers to the largest number being any of these century numbers. So maybe I want my number, the biggest number down here in the bottom right corner, maybe I want it to be 700. Ooh, that would be kind of challenging. Might be different than anything I've done before. Maybe I want it to be 400. Do you see how it changes the number that I'm given in the middle of my chart? Maybe I only want it to be 200. Or maybe I'm still learning and I need it to be a little bit smaller. That's okay. This is something that you get to choose what's the best for you. So today, I want my largest number to be 300. So I went ahead and I clicked 300, and this is my first puzzle. So you can see that it gives me the number 267. I know that that is where that number belongs in this 100s chart. My job is to figure out what the missing numbers are. So if this number is 267 and I need to figure out the number before it, is my number going to get bigger or smaller? I need to get smaller, right? That's the way our hundreds charts typically work. So let me click on that. Did you see how it turned orange? Over here, I get to type the number that I think is before 267. So I'm thinking about what I know about a 100s chart. If you need to close your eyes and visualize how a 100s chart looks, that might be a way to help yourself. What do I know about the numbers that go horizontally or side to side in this row? I know that they get bigger or smaller by 1, don't they? So if I'm going backwards, I'm going to be 1 smaller. But if I was going forwards, if I was trying to figure out this number, I would need to get 1 bigger, right? But today I'm going backwards. So 267, 1 smaller than 267 is 266. Oh, did you hear that noise? That was like the yay, you did it noise. And my box changed colors. It's not orange anymore. It's yellow. I think that's a good thing. Okay, you ready to do another one? So if this one is 266 and I'm going backwards 1 number, I need to go to this box. What number would that be? I had 266, but I'm 1 less. 266 take away 1 would be 265. I heard the sound again. We're doing awesome. Good job, guys. Okay, you ready for the next one? Now, the next one, a little trickier. You ready for a challenge? So now, instead of going side to side, I'm going up and down. I'm going vertically. So I'm looking at this column. This might be a really good time again to close your eyes and to visualize the 100s charts that you're used to seeing. What do I know about up and down on those charts? How do the numbers up and down work? Well, if we were using a chart that only went to 100, then I know that this would be 1, and then under the 1 would be 11, and then under the 11 would be 21, and then 31. So let me write those numbers in here for you. So let's get a color we can see. So we know this would be 1, this would be 11, this would be 21, and this would be 31 if we were only going to 100. Now, what's the same about those numbers? Is there a part? Is there a digit that's the same for all of those 4 numbers? Yeah, they all have a 1. 110 or 11? Because we only have 2 digits in that number. 11. So, I'm dealing though with a 3-digit number. Does that make this a little harder? Well, let's change our number. What if we were dealing with a 3-digit number, but we were just working to 200? Let's try that. You know what? I'm going to do a color that might show up a little bit better this time. Okay, so then this number, let's say we already counted to 100 like we're used to. And then the next number would be 101. Sorry, I ran out of space in that box a little bit. And then if I went under 101, then I would have 111. This is kind of looking like that other one was. Then I would have 121. Then I would have 131. I don't think I'm ever going to become an expert on writing on the screen like this, but that's okay. I'm practicing, and that's the good thing. I'm getting better, I hope. So look at our numbers. What's the same now? Two things, right? Now there are 2 parts that are the same. Did our 100 place ever change? Well, we had 101, 111, 121, 131. We always had a group of 100. I'm going to underline that. Group of 100. That digit 1 means there's a group of 100. And then what else was the same? The same as what we had a moment ago, right? We still have a 1 extra, 1 extra, 1 extra, 1 extra. But what part changed? The tens place changed, didn't it? So we started and we had 10, we had no extra tens. All of our tens came together to make that group of 100, didn't they? And then in our second number, we did have 1 extra 10 that wasn't a part of our 100. And then we had 2 extra 10s. And then we had 3 extra 10s. So let's see if we can use that to help us with the numbers that we need to fill in. So here I am on 266. Do we know the parts that are probably going to stay the same? The 100s place and the 10s place. And the 1s place. But the parts that are going to change, that middle digit looks like it might change. So if I have 200 and my number in the middle has 6 groups of 10, how many groups of 10 do you think this number needs? You think 5? Let's put it. And then what's going to happen with our 1s? It's going to stay the same. We did it. We did it. Okay, now let's look at what we've got left. We've got 1 box left. So we have 256, 266. Ooh, what would that number be? Let's try it. Let's see if you're right. 270. We did it. Good job, guys. So that is how you play my number puzzle game. Now, if you liked that one and it was like, okay, this is just right for me, my brain was having to think some. It wasn't too easy. It wasn't too hard. It's kind of like Goldilocks in that bowl of porridge, right? You don't want it too hot. You don't want it too cold. You want it to be just right for you. You don't want your math to be too easy. You don't want your math to be too hard. So if you need to make a change after you try the first one, this is your chance to make that change. You can pick a different large number, whichever one you think would be right for you. But if this one was just right for you, then all you have to do is click this addition symbol, and it's going to give you another puzzle. Okay? Now, did you notice that these puzzles usually look like a plus symbol, don't they? There's always 3 going vertically, 3 going horizontally. If I want to make it a little trickier, but I don't want my numbers to change, then I can do this. Now look at it. That looks a little different than what we've been playing with. I can click it again. Ooh, look at that. Now my numbers are not right because I don't have the right start number there, do I? Or the right large number there. So I'll get rid of that. But did you see how it changes the shape of my puzzle? I'll show you one more. Ooh, there's a lot of boxes on that one to fill in. So you just make it be what you need it to be so that your brain is having to think about how these numbers work in the puzzle. When it gets too easy for you, then change your number and try something a little harder. Now, I don't think I would go all the way from 300 to 900 unless this one, 301, was like super, super easy. And I know that we always want to be our best, but the way we get to be our best is we practice what's just a little bit too hard right now. And then when it gets too easy, then we practice something that's just a little bit harder. And before we know it, we are so good at something that we can move to the biggest, whatever it is. Okay. So be honest with yourself, practice what you need to practice, and you will be so much better at this. Okay. It was so fun getting to teach you my new game, and I hope you enjoy it. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.